Good morning to everybody who's joining us here. Welcome to the Jersey Canada annual meeting. I'm Krista Cressman, your new general manager. Before getting started, there's a few housekeeping items that we wish to review. Translation is going to be provided to you in closed captioning during the meeting. The translation is being done using AI, so for our French-speaking members, we apologize in advance if there's any inconsistencies with the translation. Due to our hosting platform that we're utilizing, if you wish to ask a question or have a comment and are joining us via the webcast, you're going to need to type it into the question and answer box on your screen. It's located at the top of your screen and it's a blue hand for the icon. An important part of any AGM of course is our membership exercising their vote. Due to the meeting being virtual, all motions have been put forward and seconded by pre-selected individuals. We wanted to be absolutely transparent about this. When the vote goes to the membership, a box on the screen will pop up for you to input your vote, and you should have adequate time to click on your preference. For those of you who are joining in via phone call, please note that you will have the vote read to you, and you will have the opportunity to vote in favor by pressing *1 or opposed by pressing *2. We will be taking a pause after asking our motions and giving you time for discussion. This is so that anybody who is experiencing any sort of technical delay with your bandwidth, we want to give you enough time to catch up or to take that moment to type a question for us. Should you experience any technical difficulties, please get some help by clicking on the question mark icon at the bottom of your screen. This is where you are able to access assistance. We also have at the top of your screen, you'll notice on the left-hand side, there's an email and for you to contact for further assistance from our technical support. Please do not call the office. Unfortunately, fortunately, we're all logged in to be on this webcast, and we will not be able to answer the calls. We are thrilled to have you available, taking the time out of your day to join us. And with this, we're going to go to start the meeting.
The virtual annual meeting for Jersey, Canada is now called to order. This meeting is being recorded for the purpose of sharing with members who are unable to attend and taking of minutes. I am John Vanderwellen, current president of Jersey, Canada. Despite the many challenges that came with the global pandemic, as an association, we have continued to offer many services and connect with our members, though in a remote way. We all look forward to the time when we can all meet again in person. Jersey, Canada had a remarkable year and set a high for registrations with 12,042 completed. This is the highest level of registrations since 1963. Congratulations. Memberships for Jersey, Canada remain constant at 1,083 in 2020, and we thank all our members for their continued support and participation. After we complete the business part of the meeting, we will announce the winners of the 2020 awards. If you are unable to stay online to watch, please know that we will post them on social media and our website, as well as publishing the results in the next quarter's magazine. The virtual meeting is to approve the business of the 2020 Jersey, Canada Board actions and committee reports and hear any resolutions. All members and guests who pre-registered for this meeting were provided with a link to find a PDF copy of the AGM minutes, reports, financials, and budget to review prior to this meeting. A printed annual report was distributed with the March mailing of the Jersey Breeder magazine, which included reports for the President, General Manager, and committees of the 2020 financials. Please note that these materials are available for download from either the Jersey Canada website or this portal at the top right of your screen. The agenda for this meeting was included in the annual report sent out along with the Jersey Breeder, and it is also on the right of your screen if joining on video. At this time, we have a motion to approve the agenda as presented, moved by Joanne Edwards, seconded by George Van Kampen. Any discussion at this time?
John, we have not received any questions at this time.
I will call for a vote on the motion as presented. Please vote. I'll ask Phyllis to read the notice of the meeting.
Notice of Jersey Canada Annual General Meeting, April 1st, 2021, virtual annual meeting. All members and industry partners of Jersey Canada are cordially invited to attend the upcoming annual general meeting of Jersey Canada on Thursday, April 1st, 2021 at 12 noon. Eastern Standard Time for a maximum of 2 hours. National President John Vanderwielen and Board of Directors welcomes you in joining our celebration of the Jersey Cow in Canada. Due to COVID, this meeting will be held virtually. Resolutions for consideration of the membership at the annual meeting may be forwarded to the Jersey Canada office to arrive no later than Friday, March the 19th, 2021. The objectives of the meeting will be to review the financial statements of the association, receive reports from the Board of Directors, committees, and staff, address any proposed amendments to the bylaws, and address any business that comes before the meeting. The hard copy of the annual report will be distributed along with Canadian Jersey Breeder in March 2021 issue. A digital copy will be available www.jerseycanada.com. Registration for virtual meeting can be accessed www.jerseycanada.com/AGM. This notice was mailed along with the annual membership renewals on February the 4th and 5th of 2021.
Thank you, Phyllis. At this time, I'd like to do an introduction of the current board members. From the West, from Saskatchewan, Joanne Edwards. Rebecca Mathers from Alberta, replaced Mark Dalton. George Van Kampen from Ontario. Doug Robinson from Ontario. And myself from Ontario. Josh Barter from Quebec. Guillaume Dumais from Quebec. Danny Morin from Quebec. And Deanna Doctor replacing Rhonda Yulin, representing Atlantic Canada. We'd like to acknowledge Mark Dalton and Rhonda Yulin for their contributions, but who resigned during 2020 due to personal reasons. Their commitment to the board and representing the region is greatly appreciated. We encourage you to reach out and contact a director or any of the directors should you have any concerns or issues or wish to become more involved. The minutes of the 2020 annual general meeting took place virtually on September 10th, 2020, and were sent out and are also available in our AGM page on the Jersey Canada website. At this time, we would like to make a motion to approve the minutes for the 2020 annual general meeting, moved by Guillaume Dumais, seconded by Danny Morin. If there's any discussion, please do so.
At this time, John, we have not received any questions.
I will call for the vote on the motion for approval of the minutes of the 2019 Annual General Meeting. Please vote. Okay, motion is passed. Thank you. Report of the President, GM, Committees, and Extension Work. Due to the nature of the virtual annual general meeting, we will not have each committee chair report. The GM or myself reports, but I will provide a summary. We encourage you to review the reports as printed in the annual report. Our committees play an important role in keeping the board informed and connected to the membership. I want to take this time to also thank members outside of the board who are participants on our committees. We appreciate the efforts of the Milk Marketing Committee Chair George Van Kampen and other committee members who have continued to meet throughout the year to discuss issues that impact producers and the Jersey breed. The 2020 year was one that had a huge impact on show activities across Canada. The show committee, chaired by Doug Robinson, continued to meet to discuss official judges list and plans for future shows. The Genetic Improvement Committee had an active year despite everything operating on a remote pattern. Through the input of committee members and Chair Joanne Edwards, a recommendation was made to LACTANET for new emphasis on health and fertility traits in the LPI calculations. Additionally, a new haplotype for jerseys was identified for Jersey neuropathy for splayed forelimbs, or JNS. This new haplotype will appear on April proofs. Without travel and shows, the normal next generation travel bursaries overseen by the Youth Committee and the Chair Josh Barter did not occur. This year, the scholarships amounts for the Earl Vandermeulen Fund and the Jersey Canada scholarships were increased to $1,000 from $750, and the recipients were Taylor Vandermeulen, Clarissa McCallum, and Alicia Walker. We are hopeful that 2021 will be a better year for youth. The 2020 we were supposed to host the World Jersey Cattle Bureau annual meeting. However, due to the pandemic, these plans were canceled. We celebrated our 75th anniversary edition of the Canadian Jersey Breeder magazine and saw great engagement on social media. As indicated by the chair of the committee, Rebecca Mathers, if you have any ideas or suggestions for new ways to promote the Jersey breed, you're encouraged to reach out. We have a motion to adopt the reports of the President, General Manager, and committees of the board as presented in the 2020 annual meeting report. Moved by Josh Barter, seconded by Doug Robinson. Any questions on any of the reports or any discussion? Please do so.
Somebody just emailed. We're going to email. Somebody had a question.
See no questions. I'll call for the vote on the motion as presented. Please vote. Is carried. Auditor's report for the 2020 fiscal year. Jersey Canada is an efficient organization that has weathered the impacts of COVID-19 very well. Some of the happenings in the 2020 fiscal year that have resulted in a surplus are the inability to offer field and extension services, no national show at the Royal this past year, no travel for meetings because of lockdown, and the GM position not being filled until November of 2020. Any surplus funds will be reinvested by Jersey Canada. The 2020 fiscal year was challenging for many organizations, and we are happy to be in a positive position. Motion for approval of the 2020 audited financials as presented, moved by Guillaume Dumais and seconded by Rebecca Mathers. If there's any discussion or questions, please forward those now.
John, we have not received any questions at this time.
Okay, we have not received any questions at this time, so I will call for a vote on the motion as presented. Please do. Okay, motion is carried. This time I'll call on Phyllis for any correspondence that we've received prior to this meeting.
We have not received any correspondence up till today. There's no correspondence.
Thank you. New business. At this time, we've received resolutions from Jersey, Quebec, and Jersey, Ontario, and we will begin with the resolution from Jersey, Quebec.
The resolution from Jersey, Quebec states that whereas the complexity of the generation count, which decides the percentage of the purity of an animal that Jersey, Canada has to incorporate the system into the herd book, the Jersey, Quebec General Assembly is asking that Jersey, Canada continue to update and inform breeders about the JX suffix and the American bracket system or generation count.
Thank you. At this time, I invite any discussion in regards to the resolution from Jersey, Quebec. If there is any, please send that in.
John, at this time, we have not received any questions with regards to that resolution from Jersey, Quebec.
Okay, thank you, Krista. We have not received any other correspondence. Prior to calling on the vote, I would just like to remind everyone that resolutions are meant to give the board direction as far as where the organization is going and is non-binding on the board. And I will call for a vote on the resolution as presented by Jersey, Quebec. Thank you for everyone who voted on that resolution.
It was carried.
It was carried. Thank you. We'll now move on to the resolution motion from the 2021 Jersey, Ontario AGM. The motion was submitted by the Perth Huron Jersey Club and passed at the Jersey Canada Annual General Meeting. Krista?
They presented, be it resolved that the Jersey, Ontario, Jersey, Canada have only purebred jerseys, no JX animals, on their genetic evaluations being sent on to Jersey, Canada. At this time, we have a video submission from the club which presented this.
The reasoning behind the resolution is to resolve the following concerns. The December 2020 genetic evaluation provided by Lactanet Canadian Dairy Network, the top 50 Jersey young bulls by genomic parent average for LPI, GPA LPI, listed revealed that 17 of the 50 top sires were not purebred. 20 of the 50 sires of top sires were not purebred. 20 of 50 dams of the top sires were not purebred. As well, it is important to note that many of the sire-dam combinations were both JX. As a result, many of these breedings, if used on various levels of JX animals, would not necessarily result in purebred offspring. Only a purebred sire would ensure that all breedings to such a sire would result in a step closer to purebred status. In addition, rather than using the philosophy of previous programs programs to bring great animals to purebred status, this is no longer the motive, but it rather is to obtain a trait rating which will satisfy a desired marketable feature in an animal. The probability of increasing non-Jersey genetics, given the different set of motives, is undeniable. Past programs to increase purity of the breed started with great animals who had been bred Jersey, but simply were not recorded. Today, many of the JX animals have started off as crosses of other dairy breeds. As per Section 3 of the Animal Pedigree Act, in which Jersey, Ontario, and Jersey, Canada are subject to, it is the purpose of the Act to A, promote the breed improvement, and B, protect persons who raise animals by providing for the establishment of animal pedigree associations that are authorized to register and identify animals that, in the opinion of the minister, have significant value. Having JX, also known as crossbred animals, results from a breeding resulting from a breeding would not, in many members' opinion, constitute an improvement to the breed, nor it would be considered to have significant value. It is also worth noting that no other Canadian Dairy Association allows this to happen. So the question arises, why as an organization do we allow this? This is a relatively large population of genetically diversified purebred Jerseys foundation stock to work with, and the Jersey breed is one of the oldest established dairy breeds today. Without action, this could forever damage the genetic integrity of the breed. In Section 6.2 of the Animal Pedigree Act, there is an obligation to meet scientific genetic principles. Given today's advancement in genetic knowledge, we know that there is very little difference in similar mammals such as bovine. However, it is the minute differences that make each breed unique. Compromising such differences by introducing genes from other breeds will not only damage the uniqueness of the Jersey breed, which has been developed over many hundreds of years, but it will ultimately alter the breed permanently, given that we can not simply add or remove genes based on number of breedings. Finally, it is generally a poor appearance that the top listed Jersey animals are not actually a purebred animal, let alone technically a Jersey. Being classified as Jersey indicates the noted animals are purebred. In this, the 75th year of Jersey Canada, I hope we can make the changes that will build on the hard work of the association and the many Canadian breeders who have bred and led the world in the development of today's Jersey breed. This will ensure we secure the breed for the next generation of breeders who will take us to the 100th year of the Jersey Canada, and our Canadian breeders and genetics leading the way.
Thank you to Brent Howitt for his presentation and explanation behind the Jersey Ontario resolution. As the President of Jersey Canada, I wish to take a moment to provide clarification on a few statements made in the presentation. In 2017, the membership of Jersey Canada voted that the eligibility for foreign or imported sires and dams would be dealt with in the following ways. Imported or foreign sires would be registered providing they met the 3130 seconds rule. Foreign and imported dams would be eligible for registration, with a percentage purity being applied according to the Jersey Canada registry rules for dams. This information is noted on each animal's pedigree. It is important to note that the 17 of the top 50 top sires identified possess a JX suffix due to their American birth origin and registration. This suffix indicates that somewhere within the 32 generation pedigree there are genetics from another breed. All of the 17 of 50 top sires that have a JX suffix are in fact eligible for registry according to the Jersey Canada 31/30 seconds eligibility rule. With the 20 dams of the top 50 sires, each of these are registered according to the Jersey Canada herd book rules for dams, and their percentages are clearly noted. The Canadian Pedigree Act is a federal statute that establishes the legal framework under which breed associations may be established. It is under this act that the breed associations are given the responsibility and authority to determine the rules of registration for their respective breed registry. The Canadian Pedigree Act also sets out that the minimum standards for what may be considered a purebred is 7/8. Jersey Canada shares registry information with Lactanet. When reading the following reports from Lactanet, top 50 young Jersey bulls by genomic parent average, and the top 50 bulls by LPI, and foreign Jersey bulls marketed in Canada by Mace, it is important to note that the 31/30 second rule established by Jersey Canada is applied to all of these animals that are listed. Just some clarification. This time, open the floor for any discussion on the resolution.
At this time, John, we have received a comment from Eric Bauman. He writes, "To whom it may concern, in regards to the motion on the floor from the Jersey, Ontario meeting, I would like to comment that from a procedural standpoint, there are a few problems with the current motion. Firstly, Jersey Canada does not publish genetic evaluations. The publication of genetic evaluations is done by LactaNet. Number two, JX is an American nomenclature system. Jersey Canada uses percentages to identify animals that are not purebred and does not utilize the JX prefix. Further to these difficulties, in the wording of the motion, I believe that preventing animals from receiving genetic evaluations, regardless of their purity, will have several detrimental effects. The primary one being that a herd manager will have a harder time making decisions about animals in their herd if they do not have the availability to access genetic evaluations. Another being that Jersey Canada will suffer an economic impact from the loss of registrations of any animals that are not purebred. Respectfully, Eric Bauman."
Thank you. Any further discussion?
At this time, the office would also like to make note that you are welcome at any time with any concerns, questions, or comments to reach out to us, and we would be only too happy to answer them or to direct you to a Board of Directors member who would be able to answer your questions as well. And John, we do not have any further questions or comments from the floor.
Okay, at this time I'll ask for a vote on the resolution as presented. Please do so.
Was not carried.
Okay. This time I would ask for any comments from membership at this time to open the floor. Any questions or comments that may have arisen at this point that were unrelated to the resolutions that we have received? Are there any comments or questions?
Just a note, John, I believe we were muted when we announced the results of the Ontario resolution, and that resolution was not carried.
Okay. Everyone heard that. The resolution from Ontario was not carried. Thank you. Any comments from membership?
At this time, I have not received any additional comments with regards to the proceedings of the meeting.
Okay, thank you. We'll move on to the presentation of the 2021 budget. Presentation of the 2021 draft budget. The budget was drafted in November 2020 and revisited in February of 2021 upon completion of the 2020 audited reports by Robinson Loth Brahman. We anticipate that our revenues will remain steady for 2021 from 2020 into this year and have budgeted accordingly. We anticipate a small increase in registry work and genotyping services in 2021. Our total budgeted revenues for 2021 is $546,022. And for the 2021 budgeted expenses, we only have a few variances from 2020 and 2021. We anticipate that our administrative costs will be lower in 2021 as we have upgraded our computer server and related equipment in the office in 2020. We also anticipate a lower than average annual meeting cost as we are still hoping to meet in October for our mid-year meeting. Expenses related to staffing has gone up as we have filled the general manager position at the end of 2020, and we have increased our budget for marketing and communication slightly. And with factors above, we anticipate a deficit of $3,689 at the end of 2021, in contrast to a surplus in 2020. We have a motion to adopt the 2021 budget as presented by Joanne Edwards, seconded by Doug Robinson. I will ask for any discussion on the proposed budget at this time.
We do have a question that has come in from Russell Gammon. He asked, why are the French and English budgets different in the breeder? Unfortunately, we had a typographical error, and that is the only reason that the French and English budgets are different in the publication. Thank you for that question, Russell.
Thank you. Any other questions?
We do not have any other questions. We do have a comment from Larry Sheardon, who has commented that we've got a good budget. Thank you for your feedback, Larry. At this time, we have no further questions.
Okay. I'll now put the motion to adopt the 2021 budget as presented to a vote. Please vote. Motion is approved. Thank you. This time I would appointment of auditors for the 2021 fiscal year. We have a motion to appoint the firm of Robinson, Loth and Brahman as auditors for 2021. Moved by Guillaume Dumais, seconded by Josh Barter. Any questions or discussion around that? I will ask for those now.
At this time, we have not received any feedback, John, from our membership.
Okay. I will ask membership to vote on the motion to appoint RLB as the auditors for 2021. Please do so. Motion to approve RLB as auditors has been approved. Corporate resolution for 2020. A motion to approve the actions of the 2020 Jersey Canada Board of Directors has been moved by Adrian Haney, seconded by Larry Sheardown. I will open it up to any discussion or questions with regards to that matter.
At this time, John, we have not received anything through our webcast in the way of feedback from our membership with regards to the corporate resolution. However, once again, we note that you are welcome to contact us at any time during the year, and we do encourage you to reach out. Should you have any questions or concerns, you don't have to wait for the AGM to do so.
Okay. Thank you, Krista. Yes, if anybody has any concerns or questions, feel free to call the office or contact your directors. I'll ask for a membership vote on this motion to approve the actions of the 2020 Jersey Canada Board of Directors. Please vote. Okay, the motion passed. Approval of actions of the Board of Directors for 2020. This past year has been trying for everybody as well as this organization. I've enjoyed myself. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us today. This time I will ask for a motion to adjourn this meeting. Please stay on. 2020 award winners are going to be recognized in a presentation following this meeting. So I will ask if someone would like to send in a motion to adjourn. People that have sat on boards with me know that I love to do that one, but as president of this organization, I don't think it's necessarily proper that I would adjourn the meeting. So would someone please make that motion?
Simply type it into the question and answer board.
Type it into the question and answer board, please.
And we're just waiting to receive someone motioning for adjournment. And we have one from Larry Sheardone. Thank you very much, from Rexley.
Okay, we have a motion from Larry Sheardone, Rexley, Jersey, to adjourn the meeting. So we need a vote on that?
No, we do not.
Okay, meeting is
meeting
adjourned.
is adjourned.
Thank you very much, everyone who joined, and stay on for presentations of the awards for 2020, or award winners for 2020. Thank you, and have a good year, and hopefully we'll meet each other in person next year, wherever that meeting is going to be.
On behalf of all of us at Lone Pine Jerseys, I would like to say how proud and over the moon happy we are to win this prestigious award of Master Breeder in 2021 from Jersey, Canada. In our case, winning this award truly is a family affair, as each family member played an important part in achieving this recognition. To all of you who guided us, given us advice, taught us, mentored us, inspired us and pushed us to be better, or were just there when we needed friends and support over the years. Thank you, as all of you are a part who helped in many ways to achieve this goal. And thank you to the Jersey cow, who we fell in love with when we started Lone Pine Jerseys in 1993, and still have an ongoing strong love affair to this day. Without her providing for us, all this would not have been possible. Looking at the previous Master Breeder winners, we are truly honored and humbled to be included in that list. We hope we will see all of you soon again. Stay safe and healthy. Thank you.
En étant des jeunes entrepreneurs, lorsque nous remportons un prix, c'est une dose immense de reconnaissance pour tout le travail qui a été fait depuis plusieurs années. Cette récompense prestigieuse nous motive à continuer malgré qu'il y a des journées plus difficiles. Donc, tous les jeunes qui veulent se partir de rien, avec de la persévérance, du travail et de l'ambition, tout est possible. Vous avez la preuve devant vous. Merci.
Hello everyone. First of all, we would like to say thank you to Jersey Canada for presenting this award. We are very honored and excited to be receiving it. We'd also like to say thanks to Tom and Sheila Smith, my grandparents, who purchased the first jerseys 60 years ago and were early adapters of using AI on their herd. This created a foundation of cows that we were able to breed on, as well as a mentality that good genetics pay for themselves. Here we strive to breed cows that are high type without sacrificing production or that cow's ability to be raised on a pasture-based program, and we're just so happy to be able to be recognized for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jersey Canada, I'd like to thank you for this Construction Breeder Award. I'd like to thank also my wife Titia and my children for all the work that they have done.
There are many things that we can attribute to our success here at Untitled Dairy. One of those being the decision to go to an all Jersey herd a few years ago, and we started out some great cow families that have been very successful for us. And we also have the backing of the Jersey community, which usually feels more like family that we can ask advice to.
And for those of you that are working towards the Constructive Breeder Award, please use good genetics, be diligent, keep up the hard work, and don't give up, because your success might be closer than you think.
On behalf of all of us at Lone Pine Jerseys, I would like to say how proud and over the moon happy we are to win this prestigious award of Master Breeder in 2021 from Jersey, Canada. In our case, winning this award truly is a family affair, as each family member played an important part in achieving this recognition. To all of you who guided us, given us advice, taught us, mentored us, inspired us and pushed us to be better, or were just there when we needed friends and support over the years. Thank you, as all of you are a part who helped in many ways to achieve this goal. And thank you to the Jersey cow, who we fell in love with when we started Lone Pine Jerseys in 1993, and still have an ongoing strong love affair to this day. Without her providing for us, all this would not have been possible. Looking at the previous Master Breeder winners, we are truly honored and humbled to be included in that list. We hope we will see all of you soon again. Stay safe and healthy. Thank you.
En étant des jeunes entrepreneurs, lorsque nous remportons un prix, c'est une dose immense de reconnaissance pour tout le travail qui a été fait depuis plusieurs années. Cette récompense prestigieuse nous motive à continuer malgré qu'il y a des journées plus difficiles. Donc, tous les jeunes qui veulent se partir de rien, avec de la persévérance, du travail et de l'ambition, tout est possible. Vous avez la preuve devant vous. Merci.
Hello everyone. First of all, we would like to say thank you to Jersey Canada for presenting this award. We are very honored and excited to be receiving it. We'd also like to say thanks to Tom and Sheila Smith, my grandparents, who purchased the first jerseys 60 years ago and were early adapters of using AI on their herd. This created a foundation of cows that we were able to breed on, as well as a mentality that good genetics pay for themselves. Here we strive to breed cows that are high type without sacrificing production or that cow's ability to be raised on a pasture-based program, and we're just so happy to be able to be recognized for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jersey Canada, I'd like to thank you for this Construction Breeder Award. I'd like to thank also my wife, Titia, and my children for all the work that they have done.
There are many things that we can attribute to our success here at Housekeeping Dairy. One of those being the decision to go to an all-Jersey herd a few years ago. And we started out some great cow families that have been very successful for us. And we also have the backing of the Jersey community, which usually feels more like family that we can ask advice to.
And for those of you that are working towards the Constructive Breeder Award, please use good genetics, be diligent, keep up the hard work, and don't give up, because your success might be closer than you think.